Being a military spouse was not something I knew anything about. I didn't have a lot of exposure to the military in my family previously, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, frankly. And I think if it had been explained to me a little bit more concretely, I would have still made the same decision to marry my husband, but I would have come at it with a little bit more open eyes. So it has meant major sacrifices for me and for my family, with my husband gone for long stretches of time and needing to manage everything at the home by yourself. And then, of course, in your own career, feeling that no matter what, even if your spouse is very forward-leaning and really values your career and thinks of it as equally important, which I'm very fortunate that my spouse does, no matter what, just because of the nature of the military, a spouse's career is going to have to take second place because military has orders and those require you to move, and everything else just has to fall into place. I found the military spouse community to be incredibly supportive, and I find often when I'm talking to other professional military spouses that we get together and we talk about it and we all have the same problems. And it is comforting to know that you're not alone, feeling that sense of isolation, that you have to figure it out and how to make your career work. And I've often thought, I can't be the first person to have to deal with these issues. And to know that there is a community out there that's also struggling with some of the same issues is helpful. But it doesn't necessarily mean that things will change or that you can do anything about it. So I think often we get together, we talk about some of those issues, and then try to think about how to make them better. But that is still an uphill battle, and still trying to figure out in this new age where spousal employment, I think, should be equally important to the military members' employment. How can we grapple with that and how can we do it? And it's not, our parents or grandparents' military anymore. And I think that we need to take that seriously and change with the times. One of the things that I have struggled with is trying to figure out how to keep my career on track while my husband's career is on track as well. And sometimes the places where you're required to move and where the military bases are not necessarily ideal for spousal employment. And so thinking about where those bases are placed is one issue. And then also, even within those bases, providing spaces for spouses to be able to work. Because so many spouses who have careers are able to, at least the ones who are very fortunate, are able to find ways of keeping those going virtually and working remotely and teleworking. And so for the ones who are able to do that, providing some sort of space for them to do that would be hugely helpful.